Hey guys, just before we start the video, I want to say I have read every single comment that was on the last episode. However, YouTube has stopped me from replying to comments for a couple of weeks. Something to do with I was sharing too many of my videos on Google Plus or something, so I've been banned for 2 weeks. I have no idea what caused it. I don't think I've done anything out of the ordinary or wrong, but whatever. I'll be suspended for 2 weeks. There's nothing I can do about that. So when I can comment again, I will reply to every single comment. I really appreciate the feedback. I just wanted to mention that because I don't want you guys to think that I'm just abandoning you or ignoring you. So now I've got out of the way, let's get to the video. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, I'm JTP. Welcome back to Let's Talk. This is definitely going to be a weekly thing. It's going to be coming out every single Monday night because the amount of support we got on the first episode, thank you so much. That was amazing support, and especially at a time where I've got quite low motivation, that the support on the video there really did help. Now, also on last video, someone put in the comments down below that they think that this week's topic should be about patience, which I thought was a very good idea because I missed patience out on the video last week, which I probably should have mentioned. It kind of comes into the morale factor. However, I don't think I can fill a full 13-odd minute gameplay on just patience. So we're going to be talking about patience first. And then I heard something about trolling becoming illegal. Now, don't hold me to this, I don't know if it's confirmed, however, I did hear discussion about it, so I wanted to add my opinion and get your guys' opinion as well, because I think it's quite an interesting topic, and one that hasn't been discussed a lot at all. Okay, so patience. Patience is very, very important, and something I really should have mentioned last week on the motivation video, because, as I said, I think I said in the last video, that I don't expect to wake up in the morning and see 5 million subscribers with hundreds of thousands of views, and you know, you can't expect to see that because there's a great level of patience that comes into YouTube in order to get big. Now, obviously, it takes a different amount of time for different people. Some people start to see big growth in their channel within a couple of months, within a couple of years. Some people, it takes years and years and years. I know a couple of YouTubers that were doing YouTube for 6 years before they even spiked a couple of thousand subscribers. So patience is really, really important. But how can you personally keep patience going and not lose your morale? I think this is a really difficult one, but you really just got to learn to be patient. It's that simple, really. Learn that there are loads of different people out there and you're doing the right things. There's a lot of luck involved when it comes to getting big. I don't think that there's a lot of different strategy, and a lot of people ask people, what's your strategy for being big on YouTube? But a lot of people will give you some pointers, but I think everyone will agree there's no secret recipe that someone keeps in a safe somewhere, locked away, that's the guaranteed way to get big, because there's a lot of luck involved, and it's almost like winning the lottery. Why do people enter the lottery each week? Because, you know, they have the patience and the belief that one day they will win, and they may well, and if they keep at it, they've got a very high chance. Every week they enter the lottery, they've got a higher chance of winning because, you know, they're taking part even more and more and more, and eventually, you know, they will win, not big, maybe not in a year a million, but they will win a good sum of money. And it's a lot like YouTube. You just got to be patient and wait for that lucky break, because I really do think a lot of it, probably about 50% of it, is going to be luck and getting your lucky break, and that, in fact, for different people will come at different points. So no matter what you do, you've got to stay patient. Those are my thoughts on patience. They're just off the top of my head thoughts. If you've got any ideas on how to stay patient, or any other stories or anything like that, anything you want to say about patience in the comments down below, don't hesitate to put it down there, because help me out a little bit, because as I say, I can't really fill a full video with just patience, so any other ideas is much appreciated. Okay, now on to the second topic, which kind of shocked me, and I really don't see it working. But I heard that on the BBC News, I heard that there's been a big contest about trolling. Now, I don't know what you think about trolling, whether it's funny, whether it's bad, and I think, you know, it can be taken very lightheartedly. However, it sometimes, normally, does get out of control and does get a little bit out of hand and does go too far. So I can understand why people would want to make it illegal, but how can you make it illegal? Now, again, this isn't confirmed. Don't take any of my words to be absolutely 100% fact here, because I don't know for sure. I've looked at a couple of reports. That's the most, so I've got a little bit of information. However, I really don't know if it's happening or not. They were talking about it within the UK, so if you're not within the UK, it might not affect you. I'm really in the dark, as I'm sure you guys are as well, but I just want to give my thoughts and hypothetically say if it was going to become illegal, how would that affect people? So trolling, I think, is a really difficult thing to become illegal, because for freedom of speech in this country, in the UK and again in the US, in most countries they have freedom of speech, which technically means that they're allowed to say anything or do anything on the internet. I'm saying technically here because there are some things that are deemed highly illegal and you do get fined for it, you can get prison for it, but that's things like, you know, if you're planning to start a terrorist attack or something like that, which I'm assuming many people aren't going on Minecraft to troll and then go, let's blow up some towers, you know, it's not gonna happen, so we're toning it down a bit here, and we're just talking about genuine trolling on like Minecraft, Call of Duty, things like that. So trolling is really difficult to stop, because you can ban people, you can block people, like as people do already, but you can get banned from a server, you can get blocked from a game, you can get kicked from a whole game. I know on CS, you can get kicked from the whole game and you have to buy the game again if you want to play. So there are ways of getting rid of people who hack and troll and things like that. However, it's not really reliable because people do find ways to get around it. Like on CS, people will just buy another account. It's only like 11 quid at most. They'll buy another account and they'll continue what they were doing before. I think that's the same with trolling. Trolling's so difficult to stop that making it illegal would kind of be ridiculous, because the amount of people who do it and the amount of people who would do it, it would be one of those laws that are put in place. However, I don't think they would be seen through. Like, for a fun fact, you can't actually eat mince pies on a Christmas day. That is actually a law that's been put in place by one of the kings of early Britain. And the law was actually never revoked. So that law is still in place. Officially, you're not allowed to eat mince pies on a Christmas day. Sorry, Britain, but that's not allowed. Of course, though, we don't follow that law anymore because it's ridiculous. But it is still in place. I think it would be a lot more like that. It would be in place, but a lot of people wouldn't follow it. And it'd be so hard to enforce that people just get away with it all the time. Also, you've got to think, for the people who already troll, and thousands of trolling videos on YouTube, what happens there? Do they get away with it, or do they get repercussions because they trolled in the past? I mean, if it was going to become illegal, I think that would be a little bit unfair, because before it was illegal, people, well, it was in people's right to be able to troll, technically, so I don't think that would be fair. However, is making trolling illegal full stop fair? I've said already that I think some trolling is, you know, in good spirit, it's a good laugh. I'm going to admit to watching trolling videos, laughing at trolling videos, and even trolling myself. However, I do think it does get out of hand. You see these videos of like these guys going on Minecraft and these little kids, not even like 10 years old, inviting them on, and they just destroy everything they have. And I think that's a little bit out of order, because, you know, these kids, they're not understanding of the dickheads that are on the internet, and they're not understanding of, you know, the people who are out there and what they want to do. So I really think by tricking someone who's not even 10 years old to like let you go on their Minecraft server and then you wreck it and be like, oh no, what's happened? It's Herobrine. You know, I don't think that's really fair. And sometimes I have seen videos where like this kid's actually crying and he's like, I got you. You know, I think that's really out of order. And at that point, it almost becomes cyberbullying, which is technically against the law. The police will get involved if you're caught cyberbullying. So at that point, I do think personally that kind of becomes cyberbullying at that point. Obviously, it's open to opinion. I mean, technically, is it a bit cyberbullying? Is it not? Put your opinion. You know, any opinions you do have personally, don't hesitate to put them in the comments. As I say, it's a discussion, so everything I say here, don't take to heart. Also, can you really imagine going to prison and be like, oh, what did you get in for? And it's like, oh, I was doing hardcore drugs. Oh, what did you get in for? I raped a man. Oh, what did you get in for? I played tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la on the internet and got jailed for life, you know? I really don't see that happening. And unless people press charges, you can't get in trouble. Like, you can put videos online, but I think if they were going to make it illegal, people would have to press charges before you get in trouble, because it's perfectly okay if people are like, ah, oh, you got me, you know, it was a fun little prank, you know, but if that happened, you put it on the internet and then you got in trouble for it, I think that would be a little bit unfair. However, if someone pressed charges, then it would go into a court case or it would be picked up by the police. I don't know. In conclusion, because I know the video is almost finished, I really don't think making trolling illegal is at best a good idea. Sometimes trolling does get out of hand, however, that's just the internet. Like, kids, I think what's more important is teaching kids that there are people out there who will want to ruin what you've created on these games, and they will want to ruin your fun for their own amusement. And if we teach these kids this before they even get online, maybe that'll protect them from trolling. And then, like, if mates want to troll each other, that's absolutely fine. So that's my opinion. I'm kind of like in the middle. Banning trolling could be good, banning trolling could be bad. It really depends on the circumstances, but put your opinion in the comments down below. I'd love to know. Also, put your ideas for keeping patient or what you do to keep patient. 2 topics this week. Next week I've got some ideas, but if you've got any ideas for topics we can discuss next week, be sure to put them in the comments down below. Thank you for all the support last week. It was amazing. I will get to replying to the comments. YouTube has actually stopped me from replying to comments for 2 weeks. Something to do with I was sharing my videos on Google Plus too much. No idea. But within the next week or so, I will be able to reply to all those comments, and I will. I have read them all. I do appreciate all the feedback, and I will reply to every single one of them. So do not worry. I'm not ignoring you guys. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. It helps me a bunch. And until next time, I shall say, goodbye.